Guys, to another episode on the Extra Mile. My name is Alex and welcome to a special new episode in Assetto Corsa for today. I thought of a little idea. I think it would be nice to compare old versus new, just generally speaking. Roughly the same cars, roughly the same power to weight ratio at least, but apart by several decades at least. And the new cars are represented here today by the lovely 2015 991 Porsche Carrera S rear-wheel drive automatic gearbox, and look at it, it's just beautiful. The stats are 420 horses, 500 newton meters of torque, and it weighs about 1.5 tons, a little bit over, and that will pair very nicely with our old candidate, which we have here today. But before we look at that, let's take a look at the interior of this car. This, of course, is a Kunos car. It was a part of the Porsche Pack DLC, which was awesome. And yeah, a very beautiful interior, very beautiful car. And we will compare these cars today on a quarter-mile track. That's the first thing. Then we will do a high-speed run. Then we will do a VR test drive on Laguna Seca to see what the handling's like and what the lap time's like. So we will compare acceleration, top speed, handling and track time. And I honestly have no idea what will happen. These cars are very different in a way, but also very similar in a way. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you the old car. And here it is. Look at that lovely machine. So this is not a normal Porsche 964. This, of course, is a Singer Porsche 964. And if you don't know what a Singer Porsche is, you should Google that immediately, because that shit is awesome. They basically take a regular 964 and resto mod it to perfection. Every little thing on the car is touched. The form, the shape is ever so slightly redone to make it a little bit more aggressive. Everything that's installed, the brakes, the suspension, has been upgraded to meet modern standards, including the engine, by the way, which is a 4-liter straight six, not straight six, flat six. Oh my god, Alex, straight six on a 911. A 4-liter flat six, which puts out 390 horsepower, so a little bit less, 30 horsepower less than the new car, and 430 newton meters of torque, so 70 newton meters less than the new car, but it only weighs 1.25 tons, so it's about 250 kilos, a little bit more actually, lighter than the new car, which is quite an impressive weight advantage, which should come into play on the quarter-mile track and the handling course at least, and the lap time. So we will see. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea how these two cars will compare. I know that they will be roughly similar, but who will win in the end? I don't know. I kind of wish this one does, because I love it, but I'm not sure. We will see. Let's find out. Let's start the first event, the drag race. See you in a second on the track, guys. All right, here we go. This, of course, a manual car. So I have to be careful a bit about the launch. Come on, come on, come on. I had to pick an opponent, so I just took a drag car just to hear it. 12.6 at 194. All right, that's not bad. Let's go for one more run. There he goes. All right. Let's see if this is any better. 12.5 again at 194. All right. So 12.5 seconds, 12.6 seconds. That's the range for the Singer. Let's get the new candidate out here and see what's what. So here we are in the Porsche. The only thing that we will do is turn off traction control, because the Singer doesn't have that, and we want to make it fair. Alright, here we go. I have no idea what will happen. Come on! Come on! It feels very similar, to be honest. 12.3 at 193. That's very interesting. So the top speed was actually a little bit less, but it was 0.2 of a second slower. Let's go for another run. This is really interesting. All right, come on, come on, come on, come on. 12.2. 12.2 versus 12.5. That's really interesting. Really cool. So round one goes to the new car. That's all I can say. Let's take it out on the Shituko Expressway and see how fast they go. I'm very curious now. All right. Here we go. Let's do this. So I've set this to nighttime and rain just because it looks gorgeous and I can't get enough of the weather effects, and they don't have an impact on the performance anyway, the drag that is. And even if they had an impact, it would be the same for both cars. So anyway, oh shit, let's stay on the road. Let's see how this goes. Actually, the car is already struggling just a tiny little bit at 250, 260, which surprises me a little bit. So just to remind you of the facts, this car has 390 horses, weighs only 1.25 tons, about 430 Newton meters. And honestly, it is struggling a little bit. It went pretty quickly to about 240, 250, but then... and now it's struggling a little bit. Mind you, it only has 390 horses. That is not that much. There's a left-hander coming up right now. I don't think that we'll be able to make it with this car at this speed. Oh, shit! That would have been cool if I made it. Okay, so about 285 I think is realistic. Obviously we could drive the track a lot longer and find a piece of road that goes downhill a little bit. But I think that was pretty realistic, about 285 in the middle of the tunnel. Yeah, which is actually a little bit surprising. I would have hoped for a little bit more. But then again, 285 for 390 horses. That's pretty damn solid. So anyway, let's see what the new car can offer. I suspect that it might take another win home. But yeah, we will see. Let's find out, guys. Alright, guys. Here we go. Come on. I'm really curious now. It could be a slight incline in the track, which will affect this car as well, of course. 200, 220, 230, 240. And it's starting to struggle a little bit as well. Very interesting. But it will be faster, I can already tell. It will do at least 300 is my guess. 290, 292, 293, 295. Oh man, that is modern aero and 30 horsepower more for you. 305. Let's drive into the tunnel and give it the same amount of space that we did this Singer. Alright, and let's see if we can make the left turn in this one. Probably not. Oh shit. Oh man, it... wow. Okay, we actually made that, kind of. Wow, alright, that is a clear win for the new car, again. Now we will take it on the track in VR, and I will give you my subjective opinion about each of the car. Obviously, that will not be part of the scoring system because that is in the end subjective, but there will be a lap time. And I've just decided that we will give the lap time 2 points instead of 1. So I will want to give the Singer at least a chance to equal things out. And the lap time is more important, you could argue, than the quarter mile time or the top speed anyway. So anyway, let's take the Singer out on Laguna Seca and see what's what. So here we are sitting in the pit lane of Laguna Seca. We will drive both cars with semi-slicks. The option here is street, but we will go for semi-slicks. 30 liters of fuel in both cars. ABS we will leave on in both cars. Aero we will leave like it is here. Actually, for the track we might up it up a little bit. Just for information, for the top speed run I left it at 0. So I gave it the best chance it could. Here for the track we want maybe a little bit more grip at the rear. So let's do this. Yeah, this will be interesting. I really have no idea. In terms of straight line speed, they are very, very comparable, which we've seen in the quarter mile. There's almost no difference. Top end, the new 911 has it. Probably because of a slight power advancement, or advantage. Although advancement kind of fits too. And also better aero, meaning a lower drag coefficient. But yeah, here on the track, I don't know. I will give each car 5 laps or so, and then we will check the lap time. Alright, here we go. Let's try this again. Let's hope for a clean lap. Brake, late but not too late. Hug the curb just like that, and again early on the throttle. Love it, love it, love it, love it. You really have to drive this car at the limit. It takes a little bit of concentration to not mess the lines up or lose too much speed doing oversteer or understeer. It's not an easy car to drive on the track. It's not super tricky either, but you know, you kind of have to be awake a little bit. Trying to drive as clean as I can, not waste any momentum. A little bit of a slide there, but that was still alright. We will let that slide. And hugging the curb. Yes, there we go. Had to help the front end turn in a little bit there with a brake. Again, slight tendency to understeer. And there we go. A nice clean lap of Laguna Seca. Alright. So let's check out the lap time. 1:39.1. That was the best lap. 1:39.1 to beat. As you can see, I drove quite a few laps and it took a while to get a rhythm. And when you drive this car at the limit, there's a lot of room for failure as well. It's not super tricky car to drive, but it's easy to over-rotate or miss your braking point or turning point by a little bit. So took a while to get it right. 1:39.1 is the time to beat. So now let's check out the new car. I have no idea what happens. I think it will be a little bit faster, maybe 1:37, something like that. We will see. Let's find out, guys. Alright, here we go. Same tires, semi-slicks, same amount of fuel. We will leave traction control off, just as in the Singer. So, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm quite curious now. I don't know though, it actually on the straight it doesn't feel
faster to me, I gotta say that too. It's maybe it's the way the singer sounds here in the game. It just feels a little bit more dramatic, which probably adds to the sense of speed as well. We will see. I can't call it just yet. It's not super obvious. The handling differences are less body roll in general here. That's for sure. A totally different front end, which grips a lot more on initial turn-in. There's no understeer mid-corner whatsoever. Rear end seems to grip better as well. That was a little bit too early even, okay. Braking distances are definitely improved here by quite a bit. I can accelerate harder out of the turn. Yeah. There's the difference. Very interesting. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can manage a fast lap. At least a relatively clean one. And brake. A little bit later than with the Singer. Huck the curb. Hard on the throttle. I can accelerate much harder out of turns. Come on. A little bit of oversteer there, but nothing too dramatic or tricky to handle. Early on the throttle, much more grip at the rear end, much more. Yes, that was nice. That was one of the corners that was a little bit tricky with the Singer to get right. Okay, hug this curb and the other one. There it is. 2 more corners to go. Here the tires fighting for grip. Come on. Down into second, huck the curb. There we go. Not super clean, but neither was the single lap, so I'm happy with that. All right. That was that. What the hell? 140.4. Now that is interesting. It did feel a little bit more sluggish on the straight, I gotta say that. Wow. All right. That is actually really cool. I'm really happy with that. 140.4. That means that the Singer even things out. Because, as I said on the last competition, I tried to give it a chance. So I made this 2 points, the track attack, and 1 point for the drag race, 1 point for VMAX. So it's 2.2, or 2 against 2, 2 for all, however you want to call it. And the Singer actually managed to beat the 911 in the track battle. How awesome is that? Sweet! Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching. And if you want to see more new versus old episodes, or old versus new, in Assetto Corsa or in other games, please let me know if you have any ideas. I would be happy to do that. And yeah, we have a draw for the first duel. Let's see what the next episode on Friday brings, guys. I will see you then. Bye-bye.